Just got back from grocery shopping. I have so many groceries to put away. And then we bought a quarter of a cow from our neighbors. Literally right across the street, we saw this steer be raised up. This is the first time that I am purchasing part of a steer that I know exactly where it came from. I know its name. I know how it was raised. This is the first time. It was kind of weird. This whole week we knew that they were getting ready to butcher him, and I had like sadness for him. We see him every day, and I just was a little sad, and I think that's good. I think that's a good thing to have when you're a meat eater, is to have a sadness of a life has to die for you to live. So tonight we go pick it up. We got a quarter of them. I don't know how much this is going to fill up our freezer. I don't know. I've never bought a quarter steer. So I guess we're going to find out today, but we bought a freezer. Our deep freeze went out like a month ago, and the week it went out, of course, everybody's been buying deep freezes. So we haven't been able to. All the ones at Lowe's and Home Depot have been sold out or back ordered, and they're expensive. For the replacement of the deep freeze we had was $700. I happened to go into Costco and they had one for $160, bigger than what we had. So we got that, and then like 2 days later I went to a garage sale. They were moving and they had an upright freezer. It's a small one, but I'll just show it to you. But it was $25. So don't mind the grocery mess. So we got this. I just plugged it in. It's a tiny little fridge that I use. And then also today at Costco, they had smoking hot deal on potatoes. They had these Yukon Golds. These are all from Washington. They were $2 a bag, and then the russets were also $2 a bag. I got a bazillion bags. I think I paid $14. So however many bags I got for that. When your potato harvest sucks, look for good deals on potatoes and stock up. So I stocked up on those potatoes. Now they're not organic, so they're not the quality I would have gone, but you just scrub them really good and they'll get you through for that price. So this house is becoming the Christmas house. Got the stockings up. We have a wood stove, so we don't really have a shelf to put stockings over there. Maybe, I don't know if we'll ever get that made. The Christmas stuff is taking over the living room. I have got to finish it and get it out today and tomorrow. This priorities. Today, I guess, was grocery shopping day. And our nearest like big town, we have a town that we're like 8 miles outside of, and it's pretty small, and there's some grocery stores, but it's super expensive. So we travel down like 35 minutes down the mountain, and there's the Costco and all the things down there. So that's where we go once a month. Stock up. We go more than once a month. Trey works in that town, so we're there. He's there every day. We go and we stock up most of our crap, and then we're set for the month. Except for produce, we go a few times a month to get and stock up on that. So I'll take you along when I get my quarter of a cow, so you know what it looks like. Because I'm curious if you've never gotten a quarter of a cow. And I want to buy local. We have been trying to buy local for a while now, even before the pandemic. But now even more than ever, like supporting local farmers, or support, like if you have a neighbor that raises up a steer and needs to, like they can't, it's too much for their freezer or their family, and you buy it from them. That's the best way. And I feel like a lot of people get stuck, and I can have the tendency to get stuck on this too, where you buy like, you want to buy the best food for your family. You're trying to grow all the food for your family. You're trying to do it all. And it's organic, it's natural, it's whatever. And that is awesome. But sometimes it can get expensive. Organic, massive organic growers, they're still using deterrents for pests. And so I grow, and I've had some bad pests, but I typically plant or succession sow, where I keep sowing. So even if you can't afford to buy organic, or seriously can't find really good quality organics in your area, sometimes a neighbor that grows out a steer, or you growing out a steer that's not organic, but is, you know where it raised, it had a good life. That's way better than what you can get in the store. And you know how it was treated. Shoot, I helped bottle feed that calf here and there when need be. My meat now has a face, and it also has a name. I gotta put away these groceries, yo. So I just picked up the cow, and it filled up half of our small freezer. Lots of cuts, some I'm not familiar with, and I don't know how to cook. So that will be fun to learn new things. This is when I realize, I've known this, but how disconnected I am, and most of America, how disconnected we are from our food sources. I think it needs to be emotional to an extent, but not enough where you can't eat the meat if you're a meat eater. So if I don't eat this meat and go to the store and buy meat that is the same, which I'm not going to lie to you, I have less of emotional connection to the ground beef that's in my freezer currently because I bought it at the grocery store and it didn't have a face or a name. I will tell you over and over again, I am not a very good homesteader. Like this is hard. And this wasn't even my own dang cow. I will enjoy, I'll show you what we got. We got some things. Beef liver. I'm not a huge fan of liver to begin with. So if you have any recipes or things you can put it in where you don't really taste the liver, let me know in the comments below. Or if you're local and you want beef liver, I'm your gal. I will give it to you. I'm over here by this light because this fridge now is blocking the light to the rest of the pantry, and I will have to use this flashlight to show you the meat because unless I wait till tomorrow daylight. All right, so here's all our beef. Lots of steaks, lots of roasts, lots of burgers. This will be good. I'll be curious to see how long this lasts us. And it's the following day, different hat, same girl, new hat. I have about 75 hats. I can't find my tripod, so I'm gonna use my Ninja thing. Perfect. I have you set up on a toaster with a KitchenAid bowl propping you up. So I'm making chicken noodle soup today. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. My bags of onions. These were the onions that were going bad. And I was like, ugh, I got it. I'm chopping up celery and carrots. And I was dreading chopping up onions. And then I remembered I had my own onions that I chopped up and froze. That's right. I'm a genius. That's what I have to tell you. So I'm gonna go finish this up, and then this is a really simple meal. And it stretches because we'll add noodles later. I just have 2 big fat chicken breasts in here with 16 cups of water, and I'm about to add, I don't have any chicken stock of my own, so I'll just use bouillon cubes. Or the paste I get from Costco, like the better than, what is that? Better chicken, I don't know. Better than bouillon, that's what it is. Okay, so I have both, so whatever I'm feeling. Might need to get a few more onions, but I was just letting you know, toot my own horn over here. I'm really proud of Kylie a few months ago for prepping these onions, and I think I still have like 5 more bags in there. I thought I was taking, I was disappointed in myself that my onions went bad. Some of them were going bad, and I had to save them because they were mushy from a big, huge freeze. And I was like, oh, I failed. I did, whatever. I was learning. I've learned a lot. Now it's my favorite thing this winter. So lessons learned. I need to, like all my Walla Wallas and onions that aren't storage varieties, I just need to do this. Save enough for like a few months worth of fresh eating, and then chop them up and save them. That way we still get the delicious taste of them. I'm putting this in a crock pot. And as I'm doing this, I'm reminded I am like on borrowed time with a single crock pot. I had 2 we used to use for big family gatherings when it was just more than our family. But I'm at the point in time where I make a big pot of soup. This will only last tonight's dinner. Trey will take it for lunch tomorrow, and then maybe I will get a second bowl. So I'm on the hunt for a smoking hot deal for a roaster oven, because I've seen people with, I don't even know if my family's considered larger, but we have 3 boys that is eating a lot. I'm about to have a 10-year-old and 2 8-year-olds. So a roaster oven is what I'm going to start. That way I can make one big batch and either freeze half of it for another meal, for a quick, easy meal, or just have lots of leftovers, because right now one crock pot meal is just not enough. But I always do love myself when I do a crock pot meal. I love myself right about dinner time, when I'm normally coming up with something to eat, because I don't meal plan. I've tried this a million times. It's just not my personality. And I always am just like, ugh, the drudge of dinner time. It's later, dinner time, just when I thought I would be begrudgingly making dinner. I was like relieved that I didn't have to, because what? It's right here in front of me. You'll notice I wear a ton of hats, and I mentioned this earlier in the video, but I have about 10 beanies or toboggans in West Virginia, where I'm an Oregonian, but I grew up in West Virginia for a small portion, and they call these snow hats toboggans. I know here in Oregon they call them beanies. Anyway, I don't think I put my noodles in later in the day so that way they wouldn't be so soggy, because does anybody like soggy noodles? Oh my gosh, chicken noodle soup in a can. Just make it, it's super easy. And then your house smells amazing all day long. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Well, guys, I'm making a commitment to myself to post a video every other day in December. Oh, the noodles are done. They're perfect. So good. So I'm making a commitment to myself to do an upload every other day in the month of December. I'm challenging myself with more uploading. All right. Well, guys, if you want to try this soup, it's super easy. I think I started mentioning it. Just a bunch of vegetables, onions, carrots, celery. You could even add broccoli or whatever else you wanted. Get some chicken breasts in there. I just do mine raw, let them cook with the broth and the vegetables. And then, like I did, I just did bouillon cubes, and I used the Better Than Bouillon paste. Then I let it cook all day. I shredded the chicken and then added the noodles just about 40 minutes ago, and it's perfect. So super simple, super good meal. Super good. And I'll see you guys, not tomorrow, but the next day. Bye guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.